Welcome everybody, the Chute's back again for another good old Masters game for Venture to GrandMaster. In the upper right hand corner, playing for Team xGs, it will be DarthT. And in the upper left hand corner of this map, it is your man. You can see he's teamless now. It is Nexius playing for the Blue Protoss. Should be a doozer in this one here. We had a few requests go out to Nexius, and I believe, I don't even know when they went out, but either way, they're requesting some Tempest gameplay, or maybe he was just telling us some Tempest gameplay, so that's what I'm expecting in this one. So it should be a decent one here. Take a look at the APM tab. You can see that these boys can move that mouse pretty darn quick. Wilds are 270, not too shabby of an average to start this game off for his opponent of Darth. And Nexius, he tells me, I think he said he rides around usually 190 is usually his average, but he'll sit around, and he is holding true to that. We'll take a look at the production tab for a little bit here. Well, we see what these guys are going to do in the early game here. It looks like a standard wall off, or it did look like a standard wall off, but now it looks like he's just going to place the barracks down there. Already has it rallied down there. I'd have to imagine gas is going to come out here, and we are going to see an early Reaper. More than likely, that's what the rally point tells me, and that appears to be what's going on here as the gas goes down there. Gateway goes down at the other end for Nexius. And he's going to Chrono Boost out some pros with the Scout heading across the map to get a little bit of early intel off of his opponent. He's going to get over there about the 2-minute 30-second mark. Will Scout the right direction first? Yes, he will. This is Map of Frost. Once again, another beautiful map in my opinion there. So he will make his way all the way up to the upper right-hand corner. Not going to get walled off at all there, so he's going to get in there fairly quickly. Opponent's timing is pretty darn good. He'll be out at about 50 gas by the time this barracks finishes up there, which would be nice timing to get himself out that nice early Reaper. Maybe a tiny bit off there, but pretty damn close if you ask me. There goes 48 and 50. He'll hit pretty quick there. Next, he sees the gas timing. He's probably expecting a little bit of Reaper early, and sure enough, there's the Reaper going down, as well as the Orbital Command. So nothing out of the ordinary. If anything, he's going to take out of that. He knows he's going to have a Reaper coming his way, so might want to start getting down that cyber core to get that mothership core out nice and early. Or he could just rely on his micro there. So, of course, mothership core does end up going down there right away. Very well done by Nexius. In the meantime there, he's going to take his probe right back to base. No procs here, nothing. Pretty standard. Going to make his way all the way back in there, and opponent's going to follow him over. Not quite, actually. Opponent's getting an early command center. Surprise, surprise, folks. We are going to get a nice little expansion right off the bat here, seeing at 3-minute 30-second mark. So, fairly early on the expansion. Looks like he's going to get into somewhat of a macro-type game here. Reactor follows up that Reaper. Definitely don't want to overcommit and do something stupid in this high elite there, so he will like to start macroing up a little bit there anyways. Getting that good old reactor. Don't know whether or not he follows up the reactor with 2 more Reapers. Will be determined once he gets the first Reaper over here and kind of sees the build Nexius is going. Seeing that Nexius didn't expand early, he's probably not going to follow through with any more Reapers. Realizes that there's going to be a mothership core in the field here fairly quick. And I would have to imagine that will be coming up pretty damn quick once this Stalker gets out. Stalker's also another option for him there, and I do apologize for my phone going off here, but I might actually have to get this. I actually do have to get this, so we will have a mid-game phone call for you folks there. Why not just put it on Nexius' view while we do this? That is very loud. Yellow! Hey! Alright, fair enough. Alright, gotta let you go. 91. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, you be good. Why not? There we go. How do you like that? Mid-game phone call. Just the wife just picked my kid up from the dentist and is on her way to go grocery shopping. If you want to hear that nice little story. There we go, Nexius. We'll get off your camera here. We'll see how you're going to fend this off. Obviously, with the Stalker out, should easily be able to do so. Does this opponent actually continue with the Reapers? No, he didn't. Okay. So he's going to get a few more guys in there. He's going to start up the standard Terran type build, which is turtle your ass off. I think I'm prejudiced against Terran because they turtle so often. In the higher leagues, a lot of them won't, but I find that a lot of Terrans do tend to turtle, and it gets really annoying. But I complained about that in the last game. I'm still complaining over it. I hate Terrans that turtle. Knows he got legs or anything out yet. Is he looking to possibly get into possibly Archons? Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it's going to be Blink Stalker. Fairly good choice there. Gets his expansion out there. And we'll get the, of course... Get the scouting SCV over there. He got his ass kicked before he even got in there. Had no idea what's at this end of the map. He's damn pretty pissed off here in heaven or hell, wherever the heck he went. Or maybe he just died. Depends on what religion you are, I guess. Take a look over here. It does look like he's pretty standard Marine Marauder. Don't see anything out of the ordinary. Second gas just coming down. So definitely not going to look to tech up very early because his gas is fairly low to start this off. Nexius, in the meantime, he's going to come up there. Does see the bunker, does see the Marines. Not too sure what he expected outside that, but now knows that his opponent is walling off and knows that his opponent is expanded. He didn't quite come down far enough. Another warp in there. He might actually be able to defend this pylon. Not that it's going to hurt him at all to lose the pylon. Going to give himself a little stalker action here. All stalkers. 5 stalkers going to hit the map here. Do have ourselves a robo facility as well. I will actually pull the cord out of the phone. I do apologize. I mean to unhook the fucking thing. And I'm dead serious. I always make sure I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit down and cast. I'm going to unhook the phone. Going to relax. I just ended up getting rid of 2 more kittens. We had 5 kittens. We were just giving them away. Our cat ended up having 5 altogether. So 2 more went. Got down to 1 more left there. So that'll be done. So yeah, I finished doing that there, and I was watching the football game for a little bit there. Monday nighters on New Orleans and Miami, and then I figured, you know what, I got to go cast a couple more games. I did promise, and I was going to do it anyways, but I was pondering football first or casting. I don't really care about the game that's on tonight, to be honest with you. Just more of a fan more than anything of that game. So yeah, anyways, that's my story. Forgot to unhook the phone. But whatever. We'll take it on the fly, right? Anyways, he is going to continue to attack that there. Of course, comes down the Marines and Marauders to help him out. Might end up getting the bunker. He's basically just trying to knock off the bunker and then get out of there, I would have to imagine. Or maybe just bug him for a little bit here just to keep his micro. That is more or less what he's doing, getting his opponent to pay attention to what he's doing more than anything. Take a look at the other end here. We'll see where Nexius is sitting as of yet. Haven't really been watching production now. Wowzer, 1 gateway, 1 robo, 3 gateway, 1 robo, sorry. 3 gate, 1 robo, 9 minute. Not bad. I guess it really depends on what you're looking to do, because Nexius knows where his opponent is. He knows his opponent's not coming out, so he doesn't really have to worry about the production of units right now, other than the ones he's been warping in. So I'm not too surprised of the lack of production buildings over there. Especially if he's got a plan of what he wants to do for his build. Does fun to get the good old observer out there so he can get up top if he really wants here. I don't really see too much detection. Could get scanned, of course. That would be about the only way that his opponent's going to see him outside of the random turret he has the here and there. So Nexius will sit over here, going to continue to bother his opponent for a little bit. In the meantime, if we take a look at the other end of the map, you can see that we are looking to get into Colossi. Fairly interesting. Robo support bay coming down. Opponent is starting to get his upgrades. Nexius, no upgrades as of yet, but the forge is just coming down, so I'd have to imagine those are going to start up pretty quick as well. Opponent here not really paying too much attention to his SCVs. That's one of the benefits of being Terran. Of course, with that observer, I had to imagine he's going to use some blink here pretty quick. Or I'm not too sure what his plan is. He could blink, obviously, at any point in time, which is why he's got the observer over here, probably is to give him that option. But at the same time, he knows there's a ton of units up there. He's not going to catch his opponent off guard. So I think he's more or less keeping his opponent's attention while he gets his build that he wants over there. He wants to get the buildings down, but at the same time there, he'll keep his opponent's attention knowing that he's not going to be attacked while he gets his build going. So it's actually very smart what Nexius is doing here. You know, he's in and out. He's making sure his opponent doesn't know that he wants to try and make his opponent think that he's continually trying to force a push here, rather than his opponent get kind of curious, thinking, you know, maybe I should fly a drop over there or something. I think is what he's doing. He's holding that off because the opponent could really do that, and it would at least give him some intel and force Nexius back, or at least to warp in a couple times there. So we are finally getting some upgrades that Nexius here is getting down a couple Colossi. Working off of 1 robo on 2 base there. Might want to get a second one out, and I'd have to imagine it's going to happen pretty quick. Gets down a couple sentries just in case he does get dropped on or get some pressure over there anytime soon. Here's our few little tasks. Really not accomplishing a lot by no means here, other than what we've already explained. So yeah, not looking too bad now. The opponent does have a couple medevacs out, so could look to possibly run a medevac up around the outside and drop him in over there. We are also getting the Ghost Academy. Looks like nukes could be an option in this game here. Take a look down here. He's going to go in there, bother a little bit more here, start to wear out those barracks much he can here. And his opponent, what did look to go up top, his opponent is actually scared of the blink, I think. So he's kind of staying up and down. He kind of in between, you see what I mean there? Now he's got a couple extra medevacs, so now might be his chance to possibly fly a couple over for a drop. Is finally getting down his second gas on the natural as well here. If we take a look over here, it does look like we have a few stalkers in here. I got a gateway, and another gateway. So there we are. We're going to sit with the gateway heavy units for a little bit here. We got six gateways there, and of course our Colossi are starting to hit the field here. Let's just pull up the unit tab. So we do have 12 stalkers altogether, a couple sentries, a couple zealots, and of course the good old Colossi. But now his opponent's pushing. So Nexius has kind of done his job. I think he's sitting where he wants to be at this point. He's going to have a couple Colossi out by the time his opponent gets over there, which is definitely going to help him big time here. We'll probably do a warping of zealots, I would have to imagine, or might stick to the stalkers as the front line. We're not too sure what his big plan is here. But then again, I'm sure he's always got a good plan here. So of course the Marauder slow concussive shells there end up slowing them down to enable them to kill another stalker. And there we go. Colossi are now on the field. So with the double Colossi over there with the front lines of stalker, should be able to fend this off if all goes well here. He's going to do so. There we go. Does get a nice force field down, forcing those frontline units to all get killed off very, very quickly here. Colossi is doing their job, not even getting touched. So very well done. Like I say, you got 2 Colossi and enough frontline units. You're going to take out a Marine Marauder army, or at least fend it off at the very least. Quite easily, and that's exactly what ended up happening there. Did you go Zealot legs? No, not as of yet. Take a look at the production tab. You can see we are getting ourselves a 3rd stalker out. Opponent's just going to sit back for a bit because he is expanding, so paying more attention over here to get that a little bit saturated. In the meantime there, he's going to stick with Marine Marauder. Does have himself the increase of energy, so very well done there. I have to imagine a nuke will follow up here, and they do pick him up, and they will fly out of there. One of the biggest benefits of doing so with the medevacs there. I just say, I was sitting there visiting with a buddy there. He plays StarCraft quite a bit, and he tells me about the new patch coming out, which is news has been for a while there. What they're testing on speed of the darkies, as well as different splash damage for the siege tanks, lower splash damage for the widow mines, a couple other things. So he's mentioning all this to me because he was watching. I forget. I think I was working at the time and visiting with him on Facebook. I know I'm productive. I know. So anyways, he tells me, oh, another one. This one got me excited. He's like, oh, also you can shoot out of the medevacs. And I'm thinking, that's fucking sick, you know? And he also said at 20% damage, so it made sense to me. You know, I'm thinking, that's pretty damn sick. It would be very annoying and tough to defend, but that would be pretty sick. So I'm actually looking forward to this upgrade. Here we go, the big attack in here. Just going to warp into Zealots here. Hopefully he can help take care of this. Couple Colossi coming in should be able to clean it up. But at the same time, he is going to lose an expansion down here. Nothing he can do about that. So I'm thinking it's pretty sick. So then I finally watched the video that outlines the updates at one of Husky's videos there, and of course that wasn't his other thing. He told me was 2 Phoenixes can morph into a mothership core if you lose yours, and I thought that's freaking sick, and I believed him. You know, I'm not the most gullible guy in the world, but usually this guy doesn't pull stupid shit like that and tell me. So I'm looking so forward to this, and sure as shit when I watched the video, it wrecked my dreams. You know, I was so excited. So shoot from the medevacs at 20%, I think would be pretty sick. I think it would be balanced. You know, you balance out a few other things. I think the increase of the Darky speed is going to turn into be a little bit OP in all honesty. Wow, he's actually going to take out the Templar Archives. Very well done there. I have to say, that was actually impressive there. That's definitely a huge loss for a good man Nexius, because he probably was looking to get into some some Archons or something like that there. So I ended up losing that, so that's definitely not going to help him at all. I will also mention we are looking to LAN party on October 5th. I do realize that we do have a few of our players that would be from around here. We'll be getting in on it, and we'll be jumping in with our fans with our fans online there. So like I say, I know Banyo and Sage, or at least Banyo's in for it. He's going to try and get Sage. And hoping to get a couple more of you guys. Nexius said he might jump in a few games there. So any team games are going to be pretty sick. We might even do some 1v1s, just piss around for a little bit there. So if you want to be online, by all means, shoot me a Facebook message. Shoot me an email. If you want to add me to your friends list, you can do so too. If you want to chat with me when I'm on Facebook, that's quite fine. So like I say, it'll be Saturday, October 5th. We are in the Pacific time zone. We're going to look to start a little bit early so we can keep up with the time of a couple of our other overseas people. So we're probably starting about noonish. We're going to try and start around noonish on Saturday there, which will be Pacific time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern, and I'll let you work the rest out for yourselves as to what that time zone is. So let me know if you want to get in on that. It should be pretty fun. And that's enough of that. Nexius, I will come back to your game, my good man. So let's get this baby going. Venture to Grandmaster. Let's see how you're going to do it here. He's got a pretty good compilation here. I will say that Wowzer 5, so he's got perfect amount. You always want between 4 to 6 Colossi in your build when your opponent's going Marine Marauder is definitely a good number. Did get right into the Zealots there. Zealot legs are on board too. So he gets in there. I kind of want to feel what the army was, so he does know exactly what's up there. A fair bit of Marine Marauder. Has his ghost on the field as well here. Did not elect to get any nukes, so obviously looking to do a little bit of what did they do? No, do feedback. What the fuck did they do? They do the EMP rounds and might even look to do some sniping. Sniping is very handy, as you've seen on one of the ones I casted before, where the guy went mass ghost and did some snipe action. Was pretty sick. Opponent in the meantime has his 4th base out, but Nexius, of course, no slouch himself here. He's got his 4th going as well, so he's looking pretty damn good here. Got his army almost up to 200. Opponent obviously is up to 200, so it's going to come down to micro skills. Going to come down to hotkeys. Going to come down to who's the man when it comes to this engagement, because both of them are fairly even, so it's going to depend on the angle. It's going to depend on a lot of things. You send the armies head on, one-on-one. I don't know actually who would win. Let's say you did no microing. You just fucking sent the armies. I believe, and I would have to, no stim pack, which is kind of cheap, I realize. Well, okay, we'll say you can use a stim pack. I'd have to, I don't know, I think it'd be so close. I'd almost weigh on the Protoss either way, but I don't know. Like I say, Marine Marauder is sometimes a little OP if you don't have the compilation, but I don't know. With those Vikings in there, probably the Terran would end up actually winning that war. Just way too many Zealots here. Doesn't have enough anti-air. So actually, this could be very big trouble for him. That's a lot of Vikings. Didn't realize he had so many Vikings. 12 Vikings on the field. And look at Nexius. Only has 9 Stalkers and only 1 Archon, so doesn't have a lot to deal with this. I almost think he wouldn't want this engagement. At the same time, I'm assuming he's going to be teching like crazy here. Let's take a look at his proto tab. He's getting upgrades. There's the Stargates. There's the fleet beacons. Okay, so he is teching like crazy because I think he realized that's way too many Vikings with Marine Marauder, that he's going to massacre those Archons or those Colossi in no time here. Just too heavy on the ground here, so he's definitely going to want to tech right out of this. Once he ends up getting into this engagement and losing a good portion of his army here, which the opponent will lose a good portion of his as well. So you can see all the ghosts. He is getting a fairly good ghost count there. So here we go. Does look like it is time. We are going to move our way in here, see what kind of damage we can do. Really going to work on him. Those Vikings need to get in there. I don't know if he's paying too much attention, but there we go. They are starting to focus down now. So they're going to start melting these Archons very, very quickly. As you can see, pretty much everything going down for him here. Actually did. Very close, like I figured. I didn't think it would be overbearing by no means there, but he actually won by a little bit more than I thought he would. I would say very impressive, Nexius. Very well done. Maybe I underestimated. I did say Protoss first, though, when I picked who would win that engagement. And sure enough to do so. Now he's going to be able to get in here and possibly get an expansion kill on one of the closer ones to his opponent's base, which would be very, very handy. Opponent has a lot of barracks in the back here, too, as well, that you'll be looking. So did pick him up, dropped down the Vikings. Guess the Vikings dropped down there. They don't do a whole lot on the ground, I'll tell you that much. I don't care how many you have. You better have a mass shit ton if you want to actually do something for your army on the ground. But in the meantime, it does look like we are attacking up here. These Zealots went a little bit astray, but hey, they did do a little bit of damage over there. In the meantime, he's got one more. He might end up getting a Spy Depot kill here. Might burn down. I'm actually kind of curious. Is he going to let that burn down, or is that worth getting over to repair? No, it's not. That thing will explode. There, see, that would have actually killed that Marine that walked by it there. No, that's a big explosion like that, but either way, he gets in there. Probably got himself a couple SCV kills. Let's actually take a look at our workers killed here. It's 19-2-3 and do have 134-262. Take a look at the income tab. It does look like, yeah, 18-16, so not looking too bad there. You can see the units lost tab. 14,000 to 10,000, of course, 137 Terrans. So it's going to be a lot higher than the units exact numbers there. So now look at 2-2 shabby. Both these guys doing fairly good. Let's check this out. Wow, 198 average for APM. Nexius looking pretty good. Opponents no slouch by no means. They're sitting at 178, so looking pretty good. Darth here. Might end up losing this expansion. Is he actually going to come down and defend it? Looks like he is moving a few units down there. Nexius doesn't really want to overcommit there. Doesn't have an overbearing army, so we'll move back here. But at the same time, he is getting dropped on. Needs to get back here. He's trying to get down a lot more gateways here. They're all gateways. Okay, so he's got not a overly special building trying to go down here. So might want to look at getting a warp in down here, but at the same time, he is being double hit here. He has his Tempest on the field now. Let's take a look. What's our Tempest count at? It is at 3, so he's actually going to let the Tempest clean that up. So he will be forced to lose this base over here, possibly, but he's trying. He's going to try and get over there. Might be close. No, can't quite save it. His opponent's got to get out of there. Might end up losing it here. He's, oh, good shot. Nice shoot down there. In the meantime, there, Tempest just shooting so slow. They're better against those high hit point armored guys, but they do the job. You know, they cleaned up. So very well done there. We're going to continue with Tempest. I love it. It gets more and more exciting the more I watch this game here. We're getting ourselves up to 6 Tempest, one of my favorite new units in the game. So there we are. We're going to move these babies across the map here. See what kind of damage we can do. Nexius taking over the middle of the map. Going to jump right on that Naga Tower. Has a lot of Zealots coming in the background here. Has himself a couple Archons as well in that compilation. Blinks one of the Stalkers up to go in there. Get a good feel where the army is. Good feel what he's ready to engage into here. And he is ready to jump right in there. He's actually going to try and get the middle line. Decides that might not be a good idea. So backs right off of there. Ghosts are all sitting on the front line. They're getting ready to go to work here. And still don't have that nuke. I was kind of hoping for a nuke, Darth. You're letting me down, son. I was actually hoping we can see some sort of nuke drop down, but might not be the case this game. He's actually going to use the good old ghost for their skills. One of the skills being nukes, but either way, we're probably not going to see it. So to take a look here, he's definitely heavy on his ground upgrades. Nothing for the air as of yet. With his Tempest count getting up there, I'd have to imagine air upgrades will be coming very soon. Take a look at the good old production tab. No air as of yet. Opponent is getting into 3-3 now, so he's going to be fully upgraded pretty darn quick here. And also has himself the good old another command center going down here. Also has 3 more down here. So while they're very macro heavy, has himself a shit ton of bases. I'll say that. They're planetaries on the odd one here and there. So both these guys are going to build up again. Nexius has maxed himself out at the 200 march here. Let's take a look. Only 63 on the probe, so very good probe count. I will say that. Not wasting too many of them for his food count does enable him to keep a lot of that into the army value here. So he will sit around the middle here. Not entirely sure. Maybe he's waiting on his last or one of his upgrades here. Actually waiting on 3 Colossi. So once you get those 3 Colossi in the army, definitely the more Colossi the better against this Marine Marauder compilation. And there he goes. We'll get in here. Might actually get a command center kill. It is a little bit out in the open here. And there we go. Now he does realize they're there. Goes to those good old Tempest there with their mass range. And he will actually kill that. Gets the cancel on it. So very well done there. Good cancel by his opponent, realizing that was going to get knocked down. Going to use these Tempest. This is where Tempest can be very annoying if used properly. That range is just sickening. It's so far out there. And when you leave all your Stalkers, Archons, your whole army with them, it makes it tough to engage it. You almost have to take it. And that's pretty much what's happening here. One Ghost is trying to get in there. Not sure if you end up getting a shot off there. Almost looks like he did. And here we go. Tempest are actually going to start getting a lot of workers kill. Force them right off the line. So they end up getting him out there. Now he's going to go to work on that command center. Opponent doesn't really know how to handle this. He doesn't really want to engage. At the same time there, he doesn't want to let this happen. So how he handles it, I'm not sure. He needs to get some more medevacs down here. Medevac count is very low. In the meantime, they're way down here. He is getting attacked. Looks like he might actually lose his base. Doesn't look like he's coming back to defend at all, but does warp in some Zealots. Hopefully they can clean up. It's going to be very, very close here. They're trying to get in there. That's a lot of Marauders, a lot of healing happening here. Don't think it's going to work out for him here. So he will actually end up killing his base off unless Nexius decides to commit some more resources to another warp. And as you can see, his mineral count is not very high right now. And part of that is due to his lack of probes. So we'll take a look back over here. He does look like he's continuing to try and beat his opponent down here. Let's take it is only 30 to 26, so he really just hasn't invested in a lot of probes. Probably planned out to keep that army count high, like I said there. And here we go. Look at that. This is a mass amount of Colossi in there. 7 Colossi doing a lot of splash damage. Trying to get in there. Does look like he's finally going to be forced to fly that base off rather than lose it. In the meantime there, we do come down the other end. He did end up killing all that off. Only has a couple medevacs left there. And we do have one random long-distance mining SCV now. So if we sit back for a little bit here, we do see he does own that Naga Tower. But like I say, his expansions are just overwhelming for Nexius here. Look at the income tab here. Wowzers. Wow, that is just detrimental. 1,700 to 680, 740. Wowzer. Not good. Gas count's fairly even, but he's now ready to move right in here. There are a lot of production buildings over here he could look at taking out here. He's just forcing his way in here. I don't know if his opponent knows what to do here, if you know what I mean. I know my accents are golden. I try. So yeah, he's going to try and get this out of here. I'll probably pull that right out of the way here. And let's see whether or not he's going to get a few more kills here. There's that command center. Almost losing the command center, or at least getting it on fire here. We'll end up probably getting a medevac kill if he doesn't get that out of here. A lot of Vikings over there. They want to engage us, as he doesn't have a ton of anti-air once again, as you can see. But the hopefully those Tempests are enough to chase him off here, because those Tempests will do a ton of damage there. He is trying to get the kills. I do believe they did end up taking out one of them there. Took out something. It might have been an Archon or something there. I'm not entirely sure what blows up into blue particles. There's a couple scans, kind of seeing where his opponent, whether or not his opponent is retreating right out, or if his opponent wants to put that engagement right on him here. So if we do take a look, Nexius finally getting that expansion out down here. Another expansion. Definitely needs to get that done, as he needs to start getting that mineral count up. But he is doing fairly decent. Now he's up to 680 in minerals. And like I say, he's kept his army maxed out. So he's been doing pretty decent. I will say, as far as his minerals and spending has gone, he's definitely made use of what he's had. And hasn't really got caught behind by no means here. So he does get a couple more kills. There's a little bit of back and forth here. Not entirely sure who's going to get this engagement here. His opponent almost seems scared to engage Nexius. And you got to believe the Protoss army is always going to be more powerful. So you really want to try and get the proper engagement. You want to get the proper stim. And you want to kind of catch your opponent. Either get him on the backside or somewhere where you can trap him. Because Nexius has the range here. So we can continue to go back and forth, and he's going to kill off units one by one, which is going to get really annoying, although his opponent is obviously replenishing them and has more money and gas, so he knows what to do with that. Man can go on vacate for the rest of his life and retire off of this. This is absolutely amazing. And of course, Nexius in the meantime, same thing. These guys are just maxed right out here. Let's actually see, did Nexius start to go to air upgrades? Yes, he did. So, well, he went to the shield anyways. A little bit surprised he doesn't have the weapons or the air armor as of yet here. But either way, he's going to continue to push. Opponent finally, I think Seekers is his answer here. I don't imagine point defense drones are going to be very good against anything than Nexius' army here. But of course, Seeker missiles in mass quantities could be deadly. So we'll soon find out if that's what he's elected to do, as he does have at least 2 Ravens on the field here. Let's actually look at his unit tab here. Yeah, just the 2 Ravens on the field. Nexius sitting with the 7 Tempests and the 8 Colossi now. Wowzer, Colossi count's way up there. Look at they go to a little bit of blink at the main base. I'm not too sure. Nexius did split his army up for a little bit there. Opponent continues to scan, has the vision, knows where everything is at this point, so he's not too scared. of where Nexius is. He's really keeping him at bay, kind of getting a good idea so he doesn't actually move or do anything stupid with losing track of where Nexius' army is here, because it's a very scary looking ball he has there. That is one death ball, I will say that much. Very scary to deal with, especially when your upgrades are pretty much max, minus the shield upgrade, obviously. And finally, we do have a weapon for our air, so looking pretty good there. Oh, it is actually point defense drones. I don't know, are they overly handy against big air units? I'm not entirely sure, but either way, he does have them on the field here. I was kind of looking for their damage. I'm very curious what a point defense drone does here. Use laser shoot down enemy enemy missiles. Cannot target special attacks. Oh, does he shoot the bullets that come out? Is that what they do? I don't understand that. I've never really paid. That is kind of what they do. Okay, I see now. I never really understand what a point defense drone is. Like I say, I'm more of a casual player. I really don't. I don't analyze. Let's put it that way. You guys know that. I don't analyze this shit. So I honestly thought they were like an air turret that kind of attacked the unit, but now I think they attack the bullets coming out. Very interesting. I could be dead wrong, and that might sound like the stupidest interpretation you've ever heard, but either way, that's kind of neat. Does look like we're basically just going to do a little jockey for position. A little bit surprised Nexius doesn't make a little trip down around the bottom area of the map here. Obviously, he doesn't know his opponent's expanded all down there, but could look to maybe he's got to assume that his opponent has a few more expansions than the 3 that he's been paying attention to here. He just continues to get that nice little range going on those Tempests, which are really getting annoying for his opponent here. Opponent, I'm a little bit surprised isn't dropping on him. Trying to get his attention elsewhere is what I think he should be doing, but then again, that's just my opinion. If we take a look down here, it does look like Nexius getting a decent count, more or less looking for gas more than anything, but at the same time, he has so much of everything. Really doesn't matter. It's going to depend on who starts weeding their units out here and start moving in the different positions here. It does look like all these Zealots, they kind of have a plan. It's a lot of Zealots. It's going to be a fair bit to deal with. We'll distract a lot of Darth's army here. They're going to go to work. Oh, and they're going to go for the big buildings. Going to go for the armories to start this baby off here. Might force a lot of them up, and there you do. Nice time warp. Very good time warp. Stops a lot of them in there. Does get a few kills there. Once again, those Vikings just out of range, boys. Nothing you can do. It's got to suck to be a Viking pilot on Darth's team. Oh, but they might be able to get a few shots off here. Oh, there we go. Ends up losing them there. That kind of sucks. Of course, these Zealots just going to town in here. Really doing a half-decent job. Like I say, opponent's not too worried about losing command centers. He's got enough of them. And in the meantime there, it does look like he's actually going to be in a lot of trouble now. Opponent's starting to go downhill. 170 and 148. Does get himself a Viking kill. Very well done there. Does supply block his opponent for a little bit, but takes out enough units to help his opponent get back on supply block. And we'll continue ahead with these masks. Oh, the Colossi dance! Sickening, son! I'm so happy we didn't miss that. I love the Colossi dance. That was pretty damn cool. I'll give you that much, Nexius. You were one showboater, my good man. So he does get the couple good building kills there. Takes out a few of the barracks. And he might be looking to push himself up towards the main here, or might just want to replenish his army. He is starting to get a little bit ahead at this point. It's sitting at 162 to 145, 166, 137. It just continues the move here. Of course, the opponent building out of his good old barracks here. Doesn't take much for him to replenish. Banshees, really very interesting here. I'm actually kind of curious here. What's in his proto tab? He's got some Ravens. He's got the jet booster going on there. The weapons. He's got. Oh, we are going to battle cruisers, are we? Interesting, son. Interesting. This should actually be very good. Nexius might be good timing here before those battle cruisers get out. I don't know if it would have done a lot with the 6, but it would have definitely hurt quite a bit here. Nexius looking like this might be the GG. He is pushing into this base here. This is going to be trouble. He's going to lose these starports before the battle cruisers even come out, or it actually will be very close. There we go. He's going to continue to melt them down. Needs to get them out. Battle cruisers are about to hit the field. Oh, the Ravens. Sorry, the battle cruisers weren't quite ready yet. Battle cruisers did come out somewhere, though, I do imagine here. There we go. Where's all 6 of them? Oh, 6 of them are going to try and move in there. Do they want a piece of this army? You tell me. Do they really want to get in there? I'm not too sure. They're going to take eons to get up there. By the time he gets up there, he's going to have lost half his production buildings there. This just looks like too much to overcome here. 199 to 156. Not sure if the opponent can overcome this. He's lost so many production buildings. Unless he's got a sick rebuild happening down here. He does have a lot of starports. This is where all the battlecruisers are coming from. He might want to mass them up before he brings in the 6 that he has here. Yeah, he's not going to bring them in yet. That would absolutely be suicide. Has a few Banshees in there as well to complement that army. So once he gets the rest of these BCs out, might actually be all right. Does have a couple more on the way here. Does he have any outside of that? Nothing outside of that. Main reason? That great big red number you see at the top. It is very big supply block. Needs to get a lot of workers working on these. Only 2. Okay, he does have 6 building. There you go. That will definitely help him get his food count right back up there. And does he want anything? I don't know. His upgrades are right there, man. He's got 1, 2, so looking pretty good there. Nexius, in the meantime, is sitting at 1, 2 as well. 1 being on the shield. So not looking bad. Takes up everything up top. Knows that those were his opponent's main buildings. So really knows that he's probably way ahead at this point. But at the same time, his opponent has almost rebuilt right back up there. Definitely helpful. I would probably recommend a lot more building supply depots there. Maybe take your whole army. He's got so much money. He doesn't need anybody mining. At the same time, he's going to lose a lot more. Here goes a lot of the barracks here, but he doesn't care. He's going straight BCs now with the odd Banshee and Viking here. And he does have a couple good old Ravens in there as well here. So Nexius is slowly going to move down here, and now there's the army. He's found the army, knows what he's getting into, realizes the BCs are on the field, but he's got a shit ton of freaking Tempest here. Let's pull the units tab out of here. Let's get ready for this, because this is going to be one sick engagement. Temper versus BCs with Colossi versus Banshees, a few Marines, a few Marauders. Should be fairly interesting here. Nexius is moving himself all the way around the outside there. Still has the advantage in the food count. Not too sure where he wants to engage this, or if he wants to engage it, or if he wants to wait for an upgrade. What is he waiting for? I'm not too sure yet, but it looks like he has some reinforcements. Oh, boy! Oh, shit just got serious. Shit just got serious, son. We are getting damn good now. We got ourselves some carriers in this army, too. With those carriers and the Tempest. I don't know, BCs. I don't have much faith in you here. Maybe you'll surprise me. I'm not too sure, but you are going to have some pretty sick Yamato cannons to get through this one here. But Nexius, in the meantime, is retreating. They're both maxed out one more time, so we're going to go max army on max army. Is he waiting for upgrades? He is waiting for upgrades. Wants to get that gravitation catapult out there so that he can get the interceptor launches a lot quicker there. And also getting air level 2 and shield level 2 as well. His opponent, in the meantime, he's continuing to build up production buildings as he needs to. 5 more BCs coming, so that will definitely help his army out here. Does look like he is losing some units way down here as the Colossi are trying to get out there. He realized he doesn't need the Colossi anymore, so he's just kind of trying to kill off as much as he can. Meanwhile, taking the sacrificial loss. Both of them probably have a good idea what each other's doing here. So now they kind of want to max out their army with their big units here and try and take them head to head here and see who's going to win this battle here. Gravitation catapult about to finish off for him here. In the meantime, their Terran ship level 3 weapons are going. Those BCs become really hard to take down once they get all their upgrades. I will tell you that much. And the 5 BCs are about to finish here, but at the same time, wowzer. That is a crap ton of carriers that are about to hit the field. 8 carriers about to hit the field to help him out here. This is going to be one massive army here. Nexius is looking to get himself down there and get ready for this as he waits for the good old carriers to slowly move down there. He's going to put out the sacrificial stalker to go do a little bit of distraction there. Actually has a couple stalkers that are going to go over there, grab the Naga Tower, and might go in to look to take a look at where the army is and take a look at what he's looking to engage on here. And there we go. Tempest are going to go to work here. They got the distance. They do see Planetary Fortress, but didn't even do a whole heck of a lot there, so they're basically going to 4-shot it. There goes a couple stalkers here, 4 or 5 shot it. I'm not entirely sure how many shots they're actually going to take there. And one more shot should do it. There he goes. And here we go. It does look like it is engagement time. The opponent's ready for this. He's going to see what kind of damage he can do. Nexius doesn't want a piece of it. I think he might be waiting for those extra 8 carriers, as they're going to be detrimental to help his army out here. He does turn on him. He's going to get the odd shot off here and there. Does have interceptors coming out at the same time here, so they're definitely doing a little bit down. Oh, might have overextended a little bit there, not realizing how slow those battle cruisers are here. So he will kill pretty much everything except for the battle cruisers here. So might just be going right on head on with the battle cruisers pretty darn quick here. Take a look at it. Yes, 13 battle cruisers, and we do have 10 Templars on the map here, or 10 Tempests. And he's going to continue to keep that long distance here. There's the Yamato cannons we expected, knocking down carriers. Very well done there. Decent use of those. Oh, is he ready for what's coming in the background here? Here comes some more carriers, son. Surprise! That's not a good surprise. Very good compilation of this army here. Now he could be looking at a lot of trouble. 180 to 130 in food count here. Does get everybody gathered up. Interceptors are building themselves up here, almost maxing out with the interceptors, which will definitely be very, very helpful here. Is sitting himself on a good old 2-2-3 for upgrades. So upgrades are looking pretty damn good here. Opponent sitting himself on a 1-2 upgrades. His upgrades haven't been coming very quickly. By no means he's been sitting 1-2 for a little while now. But we do know number 3 is coming. Archons are coming out here. They're going to go clean up a couple point defense drones. Very well done there. Not looking too shabby here. It does look like he basically wants to waste these Archons. I don't think he wants them in his army, actually. Not entirely sure. Archons I thought were pretty useful in this engagement, but he seems to be wandering around like there's some sort of sacrificial lamb. So he does get in there, grabs himself that Naga Tower, sees there's one more scan. He is obviously at 200 for a little while here. And his opponent, he's well up on his opponent here. His opponent's only at 148. Yeah, if we actually do take a look here, let's take a look at the loss. Wow, 52 grand, 25 grand, 417. So you can see who's been doing the damage on this one. I will tell you that much here. So we'll sit back for a little bit. Opponent is going to scout around the bottom here, just kind of do a little bit of back and forth action. Outside of that there, he does have a lot more units coming on the field here. A lot more Ravens, so Ravens are the choice. Very well done getting these Ravens out here. Energy start is upgraded, so very well done there. In the meantime there, Nexius is awaiting, let's see, awaiting his final upgrades, it looks like here. In the meantime, their opponent's getting a pretty damn cool one there, durable materials. I guess the opponent got kind of bored there, so, oh, maybe not. I guess it does help for the auto turrets and the point. Well, okay, there you go. Very good upgrade, actually. I will give you that. I thought that was a different upgrade than what I was thinking there. Starting energy for the Medivacs. Apparently wants to get every upgrade he can. Doesn't really need that one, but either way, you never know. He might downgrade himself to Marine Marauder pretty soon here. So next he's going to start to push this baby out, see what kind of damage he can do, and I do believe that he has a very, very heavy army that's going to be tough to deal with for his opponent here. He's moving right in there, kind of forcing the war upon his opponent. Opponent is forced to engage this, doesn't want to lose too much, is trying to get in there. We do also have some Cloaked Banshees. Oh, look at that poor carrier, poor little guy. Good job by Nexius. Do you see how he moved him in there? It was because there was a secret missile on him. He wanted to splash down and hit his opponent. Very well done. Let's see who's going to win this in the quickest time. Wowzer. Look at those battle cruisers just go down. That isn't good at all. Just overwhelming army. GG. Very good game. Now you can see how powerful maxed out Protoss army is with their biggest units. Very well done. I give you my congrats, Nexius. My condolences to you, Darth. Leaving you with the saying of the night. I might try and get one more up, and it could be a special family 4v4. Leaving you with this. If you got 5 kittens, ain't going to be that hard to get rid of them. Just make sure you don't eat my Fruit Loops in the morning. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.